beau?
Oui, il fait beau certain, hein?
Ah, ça va, une belle journée. Les chiens aussi sont bien.
Sais-tu que ça va être la meilleure année pour nous autres, hein?
Pour les organisateurs ou pour nous autres?
Ben, je parle pour vous autres, là.
C'est trop beau.
La première année, il a fait trop fret,
Ah, mais
puis...
c'est trop beau, là.
C'était trop beau?
Oui. Les chiens vont avoir chaud. Moins que l'année passée, mais
Oui, l'année passée, c'était pas drôle.
trop chaud. Ah oui. Fallait qu'ils apprennent à nager.
Ils sont pas trop malcommodes, des chiens.
Ah non, non.
Là, nous autres, là, on est avec M. Gil Pelletier. Gil, ça fait-il la 3e année qu'André vient?
C'est la 2e année.
Ah oui?
Troisième année.
La 3e année, c'est
OK, chez vous.
La première année, il n'a pas réussi avec toi. Puis là,
La 2e et la 3e.
ouais. On est avec André Nadeau, le champion de Can-Am 93 puis Can-Am 94. Et puis, ça fait 2 ans qu'il reste avec Gil Pelletier et sa femme. Gil, là, toi, tu fais ça pour... comme une charité, mais non, tu charges pas une scène à cet homme-là?
C'est des chums.
Des chums, ouais.
Oui, c'est des bons guests.
Ouais.
Oui.
Puis, comment ça que t'as fait pour avoir le champion à ta maison?
Il a payé.
Il a-tu payé quelque chose?
Oh, c'est une grande histoire.
Quelle sorte de connexion que t'as avec André Nadeau, toi?
Des bonnes connexions.
Ouais, mais tu viens pas de Québec, toi?
Non, mais ma femme est du Canada aussi.
Ouais.
Ça aide un petit peu.
Puis, t'as quoi? Tu as demandé de venir rester ici pour, avant la race? Ouais.
Puis moi, s'il voulait.
Ouais. T'as une belle grande place, une belle grande maison.
Oh, le pas sans marche.
Tu m'as assis...
Gâtés.
Hein?
On est bien gâtés.
Ouais, tu t'appelles gâté, mais
Non, c'est des bons guests. Comprends-tu? On aime bien les avoir avec nous autres.
t'as ramassé le bon gars, t'as ramassé le champion?
Ben oui. Pas de choses à dire, t'es le champion, hein.
Les chiens, ils couchent en haut ou en bas?
Les chiens, regarde, ils sont là, là. On touche qu'un le...
Tout avec les locataires d'en haut.
Viens voir, il y en a un qui là, là.
Comment souvent que tu lui donnes à manger, André?
Disons, 2 fois par jour. On va faire boire 3 fois, là.
Ouais.
Mais la nourriture, c'est plus 2 fois.
Le matin puis le soir?
Ouais.
C'est-tu vrai que quand ils boivent, il faut que ça ait de l'eau pas trop froide?
Non, pas trop froid, là.
Ouais.
Ils sont capables de manger froid, par exemple. Mais l'idéal, c'est chaud.
Comment est-ce que t'en as des chiens, là?
Là, j'en ai 14 avec moi.
14?
Ouais. Dans la course, on a besoin de 12.
Comment tu fais pour les choisir?
Ben là, ça va dépendre. Si les conditions sont rapides, j'ai 2 chiens un peu plus petits. Si les conditions sont pénibles, ben, j'ai 2 chiens un peu plus gros.
Les plus gros sont pour aller avec...
Fort, fait que c'est ça qui me fait faire un choix.
Ah ouais. Ils disent que tes chiens sont plus tough que les autres, puis c'est pour ça qu'ils durent plus longtemps?
L'entraînement qui a fait une différence, je pense.
Ouais.
La manière de les entraîner. Je les entraîne jamais, moi, dans des conditions comme ça. C'est toujours, disons, dans des conditions difficiles comme 6 pouces, 8 pouces, 10 pouces de neige.
Ah ouais?
Jamais là-dedans. Quand c'est là-dedans, là, ils sont chargés pour qu'ils travaillent bien fort. Je n'exploite pas leur rapidité, j'exploite leur endurance. Plus que leur rapidité. Ils sont capables d'être rapides pareil, mais leur force, c'est l'endurance.
Ouais. On va attendre une seconde, là, parce qu'il y a un... André, tu veux-tu m'expliquer ce que tu es après à faire, là, toi?
On est après faire, là, je suis après faire les dépôts de nourriture pour les chiens, parce que le camion ne se rend pas partout.
Ça fait que t'as de la feed pour Musquecook, là?
Musquecook, j'ai 2 sacs pour le Musquecook, puis un pour le Maybec. L'arrêt va être moins long, fait qu'on nourrira pas longtemps, ils en ont besoin de moins.
Fait qu'en arrivant là, juste là, ils ont quelque chose à manger, là.
Ouais, ils ont un sac comme ça à manger.
Ah ouais.
Ça peut peser, juste la nourriture, là, pas d'eau, il n'y a pas d'eau là-dedans. Là. Il va y avoir 30 livres, là, juste de nourriture, à part de l'eau.
Ouais.
Ils vont manger Ils vont consommer, je dirais, 60 livres à chaque checkpoint.
Ah ouais.
Ça fait à peu près 4 livres par chien, 5 livres par chien.
Là, demain matin, vous décollez à 9 h?
Oui.
Et puis, vous allez à Porridge, là, vous arrêtez-vous là en tout ou?
On n'arrêtera pas longtemps.
Non.
Si les règlements ne changent pas, là, on va tout arrêter 15-20 minutes, le temps de se faire boire les chiens.
Ouais.
C'est tout, on repart.
Puis,
Ça va être cool.
puis vous allez à Musqueco, qui est le next.
Oui, le Musqueco. Là, il y a un arrêt obligatoire de 8 heures.
On va dire que toi, tu arrives le 3e à Musqueco. Il faut que tu restes là 8 heures.
Absolument, oui.
Puis le gars qui est arrivé, on va dire 15 minutes avant toi, il décolle 15 minutes avant toi.
Il a la chance de partir 15 minutes avant moi.
Ouais. Ah ouais.
Mais ils rétablissent quand même le temps avec le départ.
Ouais.
Si on calcule, mettons, le premier à partir d'une demi-heure avant, bien à Musqueco, il va y avoir une demi-heure d'arrêt de plus à faire pour stabiliser les gars tout au même égal. Après ça, le premier arrivé en course qui gagne. Après le régulier time.
Alors, le gars, je sais ce que ça veut dire. Il y a 4 heures qui arrêtent là?
Ouais. Hey, stop. Mauvaise? Ouais, on a 4 heures d'arrêt obligatoire. C'est bon parce que les chiens finissent la course plus frais.
Ah ouais.
C'est plus agréable pour le spectateur.
Quand est-ce que tu penses que vous allez arriver vraiment, là, si ça va bien, là?
D'après les conditions qui parlent, là, je dirais qu'on va rouler peut-être un rendement de 10 000 à l'heure. S'il y a 250 000 à faire, ça fait 25 heures de trail. Plus les arrêts 12 heures, ça fait une course de 36 à 40 heures. 40 heures en tout.
Ça nous met à quoi, ça, là? Le milieu de la nuit?
On calcule vite, 9 heures. Quand on part à 9 heures, on arrivera à 9 heures du soir sur le lendemain, si ça va bien. Ça veut dire qu'on rajoute à 4 heures, entre 9 h et minuit. Entre 9 h le soir et minuit.
Dimanche?
Là, on part le samedi matin. Samedi matin, dimanche matin, c'est ça. Dimanche au soir, entre 9 h et minuit. S'il n'y a pas de changement. Là.
Ouais. Ce qu'on veut poser le premier arrivé, là, va falloir qu'on reste debout dimanche au soir, hein?
Ouais, mais là, s'il n'y a pas de changement, si la trail ne se défonce pas, on ne sait pas, là, ils disent que c'est beau, on arrive dedans, des fois c'est pas pareil.
Mais là, aujourd'hui, là, il fait pas chaud, là.
Non, on est
c'est
très
comme,
bien.
c'est comme 15 degrés à peu près, 20 degrés.
On est très bien. Les chiens, ça sera bon, là.
Ça serait une belle journée
pour...
pour...
Pas trop fort, c'est nuageux un peu. Si ça reste nuageux demain, ça va être bon.
Ouais.
Si le soleil tape fort un peu, ça peut être dur pour les chiens. Les chiens se déshydratent au soleil.
Je pense qu'il annonce du soleil demain puis de la neige dimanche.
Ouais. La neige dimanche, c'est pas méchant. J'arrive pas ça de la neige, moi.
Ouais. Plus que c'est l'hiver, mieux que c'est, hein?
Oui.
Astor, tu veux-tu me conter un petit peu de ton histoire? Comment ça fait longtemps que tu fais ça?
Moi, ça fait 9 ans.
9 ans?
Ouais. J'ai commencé dans la course plutôt l'année suivante. Ça fait 8 ans que je fais de la course. 9 ans avec mes chiens, puis 8 ans de course. Puis les premières années que j'ai commencé à courser, je connaissais pas ça, mais ensuite, j'ai eu des bons rendements. Ça a bien été avec mes chiens. Il y a des chiens qui sont là depuis 7 ans dans mon attelage, comme le chien gris, là, sur le temps. C'est un chien qui est là depuis le début. C'est un chien qui est élevé suite la deuxième année, la première année, puis la deuxième année, il était au course.
Tu as des sites, là?
Oui, le chien qui suit M. Pelletier.
Ah ouais, lui, là?
Lui, là?
C'est le big boss de l'attelage.
Comment ça s'appelle, ça?
Sultan.
Sur le temps? Tes chiens.
Oh, il y en a plusieurs.
Ah oui.
Sultan, Nice, Frisson, Tempête, Kid, Star, Anne, Brown, Wit, Moon, Nelly.
Hein?
C'est toutes des huskies?
Oui.
Toutes la même sorte, hein?
Oui.
Ils ont les yeux bleus, hein?
Oui, il y en a de temps en temps qui en a un œil brun, là.
Ouais.
Il s'appelle le Brown par rapport à ça. Il y a un œil brun.
Un qu'un œil?
Ouais. Chris, il s'appelle, lui, là.
Il mange ton lunch, lui, regarde.
J'essaie de trouver son nom. Rambo! Bon, il sait c'est qui.
T'as pas de misère à les faire écouter?
Ah non. Ça fait une heure qu'ils sont là, ça, puis ils s'éloignent pas, ils restent autour. Ils se prennent au soleil.
À part que les races que t'as gagnées à Fort Kent, là, t'as-tu eu du succès ailleurs?
J'ai gagné, ça fait depuis 3 ans que je gagne le Labrador 400, une course que nous autres on trouve importante. Elle est importante aussi. Dans l'est du pays, là, c'est une grosse course. C'est la course la plus longue.
400 000?
Ouais, tout le monde veut la faire, mais il n'y a pas gros d'élus, il n'y a pas gros qui l'essaie. ceux qui l'essayent ben des années là, qui ne reviennent pas. Et une fois, ils n'ont assez.
C'est plus dur qu'à Fort Kent?
Oui, c'est plus désertique, c'est plus venteux.
Il y a moins de forêt?
Moins de forêt, oui. Conditions plus difficiles et plus seul.
Puis quand il vente, là, c'est vrai que t'es au désert, hein?
Quand ils vendent, tu perds le nord. Tu perds le nord. C'est le temps. Enfin.
Là, aujourd'hui, qu'est-ce que tu vas faire pour les entraîner? Tu vas-tu les emmener prendre une marche?
Oh, ils se promènent. Là, ils relaxent. Ils sont bien. Là, ils se ménagent.
Ouais.
Il n'y a pas d'entraînement comme tel. Là,
Fais ta chienne d'abord.
on
Va
se soigne
André.
les pattes. Là. Hey! Hey! Anne, viens Anne. Anne.
Tu les emmènes pratiquer comment souvent?
À l'entraînement, normalement, on fait un minimum de 40 000 par jour, puis c'est assez régulier, c'est quasiment tous les jours.
C'est vrai?
Là, en temps de course, ben là, on diminue, on saute 2-3 dernières journées pour les laisser relaxer un peu. Ouais, ils font beaucoup. On les part pas à 40 000, on part à 3-4 000 par jour tranquillement, là, les montées bien tranquillement. Avant de faire 40 000, ça va plutôt rendu dans le temps des fêtes, là. Hey, hein?
Ces chiens ils suivent partout. Ils viennent pas travailler.
Hein?
Ces chiens, ils suivent partout.
C'est vrai?
Travailler dans la ferme, tu sais.
Yeah.
Puis ils ne crient jamais.
Il parle
Ben, ils parlent.
doucement.
Un matin, il y en avait 3-4 qui s'en allaient là. Puis il y a juste... C'était soon ici, tu sais.
Ouais.
Puis ça...
Il s'en venait de suite.
Tu vois, ils parlent tout le temps.
Il les écoute.
C'est assez qu'ils vont.
C'est des vrais beaux chiens. À cette heure, André, il y a quelqu'un, il y avait un article sur le journal, là, qu'il y a d'autres sortes de chiens qui racent, des Chinook, c'est une différence, c'est ça?
C'est plutôt du Chinook, je pense pas.
C'est des Greenland.
Ouais.
Les chiens esquimaux du Greenland.
Ouais. Il y a
C'est-
du Alaskan, à cette heure, beaucoup qu'on a.
Ouais.
Les gars ont beaucoup d'Alaskan. C'est un chien nordique, un chien du nord de l'Alaska. C'est un bon chien de traîneau.
Sont-ils plus gros, quoi?
Non, c'est... Ils appellent ça Alaskan, c'est plus un chien... un mélange, si tu veux. Ils ont au moins la même physionomie.
Ouais.
C'est plus des chiens dépareillés.
Il va en avoir, je pense, qu'ils vont venir, hein, pour la race.
Ah oui, on a des grosses équipes. On y attend des grosses équipes.
Ouais.
Ouais, une grosse compétition.
Grosse compétition.
Oh oui.
Ouais.
Oh oui, c'est assez dur.
Tu penses-tu que notre concours ici à Fort Kent va augmenter plus en plus de popularité?
Oh oui, c'est appelé à durer, ce course-là.
Ouais.
Elle est bien centrée dans... Pour les mocheurs, elle est bien centrée. Elle est dans l'est, là, mais elle est bien centrée du nord à aller au sud, là, si tu veux.
Ouais.
C'est bien accessible, nous autres.
Ouais. That's good. Puis après ça, le Triple Crown, là, Ontario, puis ici, puis Labrador, ça marche bien, ça, là?
Oui. Je sais pas comment ça va finir, là, mais d'après moi, ça devrait être quelque chose qui devrait être appelé à durer. Puis ça serait bon que ça dure.
Oui.
Ouais.
Quand est-ce que vous allez au Labrador?
Oh, dans 3 semaines?
10 de mars.
10 de mars?
Ça commence le 12.
Oui. Puis, as-tu trouvé ça dans des papiers?
Ouais, on va parler de ça après. On va parler de ça après, là. Quand tu finis, le monsieur, là.
C'est-tu écrit?
Ben là, on va
Pas-
pas faire quelque chose d'autre. Je veux
Pas
savoir.
jusqu'à
Quand
la
tu
fin, mais on
montes
veut savoir
le
d'autres
gré,
choses.
Si t'arrives avec un chien dans le traîneau, il est disqualifié ton
Non, non.
chien?
OK,
OK,
écoute.
écoute-moi une minute.
OK.
Est-ce qu'il est obligé d'avoir un vet check dessus avant de repartir? Avec?
Non.
Et si tu rentres avec un chien dans le traîneau,
La seule chose qu'il demande, c'est que le chien reparte sur ses pieds.
OK, c'est ça.
En condition.
Ah, sur les 4 pattes.
Oui.
C'est ça. C'est ça que Dr. Rose disait.
De quoi vous parlez, là, vous autres, là? J'aimerais savoir ce qui se
C'est
passe.
On parlait,
de la triple
des règlements.
La triple
Euh,
couronne, c'est quoi?
Il y a des règlements de la triple couronne. Puis il faut faire sûr que les règlements sont bien écrits pour que les mocheurs comprennent tous les points pour qu'ils peuvent établir ça durant la course.
Nous, on
S'il y a un chien qui
au règlement de la course.
Qui peut plus se canner debout, ça vous disqualifiez, quoi?
Non, il faut que le vétérinaire le regarde.
Oui, quel officiel là-bas? Voyons donc. Genre, je peux pas venir de l'extérieur. Même c'est Rook qui décide ça.
pas Rook,
C'est
non,
pas.
non,
Ça
non,
vient
non.
pas d'ailleurs.
Tu vois, il va te dire à soi.
C'est ça, je te l'ai dit qu'il y avait une bonne excuse.
Non, c'est pas une
Non,
excuse.
non, c'est pas lui.
une
André,
excuse.
c'est pas lui.
André.
Qu'est-ce que c'est? C'est pas lui, c'est pas
C'est
qui?
pas lui.
C'est pas Rook. Ben oui, c'est facile de dire c'est pas Rook.
André, écoute, t'essayes pas d'écouter. Docteur Rook, c'est pas lui qui t'a disqualifié le chien. C'est Marmora qui ont ôté le chien parce qu'il était dans le traîneau, puis eux autres, le règlement,
Dr. Rook, c'est la
supposé
checker le
qu'il
chien.
dit
Ça
que
veut dire
le règlement,
que-
si le chien est dans le traîneau, au
La
fil
course à
d'arrivée,
Marmora. La
Oui.
course à Marmora,
Oui.
c'est pas marqué que le chien est disqualifié, c'est dans le traîneau.
ben c'est ça qu'il
C'est
va
ça,
c'est
c'est
ça
ça
que j'ai donné
justement.
la feuille de
C'est
règlement.
ça, faut que j'aille l'appeler de nouveau. C'est justement ça
Faut
qu'on
qu'il
voulait.
aille faire.
C'est exactement
Faut qu'il
ça.
aille fêter avec eux autres pour dire que dans la feuille de règlement,
Dr.
c'est pas
Rook,
écrit ça.
Dr. Rook, ça venu
Pas
checker
écrit ça,
ton
il veut
chien.
pas. Mais
Je
c'est
te
pas
dois à côté.
c'est pas le Dr. Rook, pas en tout.
Quand Dr. Rook, ça checker ton chien, je te dois à côté, checker ton chien, je te l'ai
Russell qui
dit.
rentre.
C'est ça qu'on parlait.
C'est Russell qui arrive.
C'est ça, justement
C'est
ça
ça
qu'on
qu'il a
parlait.
dit. Le Dr. Rook lui dit sur la feuille, c'était écrit 13.
Ça existe
Fait
pas
qu'il
dans
a-
une
il a
feuille
fait-
de règlement.
Que les chiens, il faut qu'ils traversent la ligne d'arrivée.
Ils disent que c'est la même chose.
Oui, parce que moi,
Regarde,
moi,
si
moi,
c'est
ma-
ça, Tim serait disqualifié au Labrador.
Non,
C'est
il y a-
des courses
non, il y avait,
naturelles.
il y avait 7 chiens qui ont traversé.
C'est chien
C'est
quand
ça
il
que
a
j'ai dit.
traversé, il n'avait
C'est
pas
ça
dans
que
le
j'ai dit.
panier.
Non, il était dans le panier.
Non,
Non, j'ai vu.
On gage-tu? On va te gager, moi, qui était dans le panier.
Non.
Je vais te gager moi ici parce qu'ils viennent me montrer la photo.
Ils ont dit qu'il roulait à 6 avec un dans le panier, puis quand il a traversé la ligne, il
Ça.
était dans. il
Moi,
était
puis
pas
Louise,
dans le
de
Il
panier.
aurait été accepté.
Qui
Hein?
rentre aussi,
Son
là,
septième
non?
chien, il aurait été accepté.
Salut,
C'est
Russell!
son
Ouais, mais Gil, c'est-tu d'autres mocheuses, ça?
Et on attend
Ça sont toutes chums, ces
manches
mancheuses-là.
ça?
Ah, j'aime ça, moi, là.
T'aimes ça, le bruit, hein?
Ça me fait penser,
Ah, il fait fond tout de
ça
suite.
me fait penser à des joueurs de hockey.
Tu vas avoir une copie, hein?
Ouais, ouais.
OK, merci.
Hey, ça me fait penser à des joueurs de hockey, là.
C'est la manière que lui check un chien parce qu'il check où 25 points. Il vient juste des fois qu'on revient de dans une copie.
Ouais.
Non, mais écoute, là, que ces gars-là, c'est...
Night!
Hey!
Viens, la fille.
C'est pas ce monde-là, là, moi.
Ça, c'est ma soeur, Anne.
Regarde.
Non, mais moi, j'aimerais savoir qu'est-ce que c'est, ce monde-là, là. Qu'est-ce qui se passe, là? C'est-tu tous des mocheux, ça?
C'est un mocheur pour la triple couronne, ici, qui va faire Fort Kent. C'est Russell O'Farrell.
Comment tu t'appelles?
Russell, au Farrell.
Ah oui, puis tu vas mocher demain?
Oui.
250 ou 60?
150.
Ouais.
Ouais. 250.
250.
Ah, c'est dans 150!
Puis toi, tu vas-tu mocher de tout?
Non, non, je suis
Non?
avec Russell.
Ah.
Ouais, mais c'est ça.
Les autres gars, ils marchent pas.
Ah, ici, il va marcher le 60.
Ah oui? Lui? Comment tu t'appelles?
Nelson, au Farell.
Puis tu viens?
Samanouchi.
Puis de lui, là?
C'est là. Saint-Basile.
Toi, tu marches pas, toi?
Non, non, je vous accompagne.
Tu vas essayer de courir à les chiens puis essayer de passer. Hein? Ben, écoutez, là, il va faire beau ce week-end-ci, hein? C'est la première fois qu'on n'aura pas de problème, je pense. L'année d'avant, c'était 32 en bas de zéro. L'année passée, c'était 60 en haut. Puis là, on pense que le top va être 30 degrés. C'est freezing, ça.
Vas-y, je suis prête.
Ouais, j'attends, là, je vais aller, oui. J'attends que.
OK.
Mais moi, tu m'as pas dit que c'est que tu faisais ici, toi.
Moi? Moi,
T'as
j'ai
l'air de donner des ordres, puis... Hein?
Je donne pas d'ordre, moi.
Non, mais...
Pas d'ordre, avec demain.
André avait l'air... Hein?
le Marshall.
Moi, quand je charge la course.
Can-Am.
Moi, qui ai
Oh.
Reese Marshall pour la course.
C'est qui est ton nom?
Georges Thériault.
Georges? Oh oui, j'ai vu ton nom sur le journal.
Fait que c'est moi qui est le
non.
mauvais.
Dis donc, qu'est-ce que tu fais au Canada?
Alors, je travaille pour la GRC, je travaille la police montée
Ah ouais?
à Ottawa.
C'est FBI pas chez vous, ça?
Ouais, c'est ça. Comme l'FBI.
Puis là, t'as un beau... attends, voilà que je prenne ça sur mon TV.
On
Là.
a eu ça au Labrador. L'an passé, j'ai fait la course du 100 000. J'étais deuxième.
C'est vrai?
On a couru
Sur le Labrador, comment longtemps que ça existe, ça?
ça fait 4 ans. André, comment ça fait d'année que le Labrador? 5 ans?
Ça va être la 5e.
C'est ça, 5e année cette année.
Mais attends, là, je vais... Rouvre
Ça, c'est mon mora, ça.
ça que je
Dernière
regarde
course,
ça comme
ça.
faut, là. Montre-moi ta bédaine.
Ah, mais Diane, pas trop long, hein?
Fait que là, t'as le Labrador sur ton jacket, puis t'as le... Comment il appelle ça? Marmora?
Marmora, c'était la première course qu'ils ont faite en Ontario. La fait partie de la triple couronne, ça, c'est la deuxième.
Ouais. Qu'est-ce que vous pensez de notre course?
Moi, je pense que c'est fabuleux. La première qu'ils ont eue ici 2 ans passés, c'est moi qui ai le race marshal en première. Je leur ai aidé depuis la première année.
Ah oui?
Pour essayer de leur aider pour la course. Puis là, on revient toutes les années, nous autres. Puis,
Vous haïssez pas ça à Fort Kent?
moi, j'aime bien ça.
À cette heure, ici que tu viens, toi, comment?
Moi, originairement, je viens de près de Campbellton, Nouveau-Brunswick. Ça fait que là, je travaille à Ottawa. Puis,
T'es un braillon, presque?
oui, presque un rayon.
Mais là, tu restes à Ottawa? Oh,
oui.
le boy, c'est loin.
Je fais mon travail là. Je suis là pour l'ouvrage. 9 heures de route ici.
Oui, mais...
Ouais, c'est pas mal loin, Ottawa.
Hein?
C'est pas mal loin.
700 km.
Mais je me demande, hey, faut que tu aimes ça pour venir jusqu'ici.
C'est ça.
Ouais.
C'est une passion qu'on a, c'est les chiens. On aime le sport.
Ouais.
On vient ici, le monde sont super ici. Ça fait qu'on aime bien ça. Donc on continue, mais on fait le circuit.
Vous avez ici pas ça à Fort Kent?
Non,
même.
pas du tout. Non, on est bien à Fort Kent.
Mais je lisais sur le journal, il y a aussi que quelqu'un qui moche, là, les gars qui ont des chiens et tout ça, c'est une passion, comme tu dis.
Ah,
Hein?
oui, c'est ça. Oui, c'est une piqûre. Puis,
Il aime bien ça, puis il y a une certaine relationship entre les chiens et ceux-là qui les appartiennent.
c'est
puis
ça,
tout.
exactement.
Hein?
C'est un rapport vraiment après. Puis
Ouais.
c'est ça qui arrive. En tout cas, moi, il faut que je vous laisse. Il faut que j'aille finir les affaires.
Hey, fais ta job, hein?
Oui.
Hey, Gil,
Oui.
on apprécie que tu nous invites parce que tu as le champion avec toi.
Ben oui, c'est un honneur, hein?
Et puis, qu'est-ce que tu penses? Y a-t-il une chance cette année? Il y en a gros là, qui viennent.
Il y a une bonne chance.
Ouais.
Il va y avoir la grosse compétition.
Il y a de la grosse compétition cette année.
Il a voulu lui-même, ouais.
Mais en Ontario, là, quand il a racé 2 semaines passées, il n'a pas gagné, hein?
C'est pas bien compris. André est bien. Il n'avait pas bien expliqué. Il y avait un chien qui ne voulait pas le maganer,
Ouais.
puis il l'a mis de son traîneau,
Ah,
puis il l'a halé. Tu sais.
ouais.
Il devrait. Mais il fallait que le chien, lui, était. Que le chien marchait pour arriver au
Ah,
dernier checkpoint.
c'est ça la
Il
loi?
était dans son traîneau. Monsieur, ces chiens-là, là, on avait une cinquantaine de livres de plus à haler, là.
Ouais.
C'est pour ça qu'elle se tient là. Ça l'a reculé autrement que ça, elle était banane.
Puis là, ça l'a-tu disqualifié, ça? Là?
Non, mais c'est la fête arriver.
Ah,
Quatrième.
il est arrivé
Il a
quatrième.
40 points.
Ah,
À
ouais.
cause qu'elle livre son chien dans le traîneau, tout le monde dirait, c'était avant ça. Il
Ouais.
devait gagner son chien. Mais
Ouais.
ici, que ça aurait été bien écrit. Comprends-tu? C'est
Ouais.
les régulations puis la loi des cours. Il aurait
Ouais.
pu
Elle fait marcher
faire
en
marcher, puis il
dernier.
aurait gagné.
Ouais.
Mais c'est bien simple, mais c'est ça qui estime, là. tu sais.
Ouais, ouais.
Il est- tant que moi, il était avant.
Ouais.
Mais les autres, c'est la loi de Marmora, je pense. Ben.
Ouais.
Là, ils sont après discuter ça. Il était une demi-heure sur le téléphone, là, et puis essayer de dire ça.
Ouais. Mais il n'y aurait rien de plus intéressant qu'une belle grosse chicane, hein?
Tu penses, toi?
Il se pognerait tout à la gorge, là.
penses?
On aimerait
Ben,
ça,
tu
nous
peux
autres.
venir ici quand ça sera fini, là, puis on verra ouais, les résultats. Hein?
Attends, voilà. Je pense que... Non, le train ne prendra pas, je pense
Non,
pas.
non, non, il n'y a pas danger, non.
Non.
C'est pas... Et le monde pense que c'est comme Bear Grease, là. Bear Grease, ça se battait, comprends-tu? Puis, et c'est tout d'accord, ils vont se tenter d'aider un l'autre.
Non, 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 that's right. Il n'y a pas de
Ouais.
chicane ici. On dit ça en folie, tu sais.
Oh, oui.
Mais moi, je pense là qu'on est rendu à peu... Il va y en avoir des mocheurs, je pense, demain. Il va y en avoir au-dessus de 30, hein?
Ben, comme André, il emmène à Québec, lui.
Ouais.
Les environs.
Ouais.
De Québec.
Yeah. It's a
Là-
very, very big success, I think.
Et André, ça peut être... André peut mettre Fort Kent sur la map.
Ouais, that's right. Ben, j'ai hâte de voir comment est-ce qu'il va faire. Okay, we're going to come back tomorrow morning and see them take off. Thank you, Gil.
Welcome.
Il n'y a pas de virement. il y a rien, il y a
Non, non,
rien,
c'est parce que des fois, tu peux reprendre une
Le gars qui
position.
rentre, on prend 8 heures là, là, le prend là, il tombe une bordée de neige à travers de ça. Oups, ça change toute la course, ça là. Le gars, il pense
C'est
plus
une
de la même
stratégie,
manière.
là.
L'année passée, pourquoi quand il y en a qui ont couru de nuit d'un coup, ils n'ont pas arrêté pendant 150 000 à cause qu'ils savaient qu'il ferait chaud le lendemain.
Mais là, c'est toutes les mêmes conditions que tout le monde.
Ouais, je
Et là,
sais.
c'est tout pareil. Il n'y a pas
Ouais, mais il y a
de
plus- il y a
dire.
plus de stratégie, là.
Il n'y a pas de
On se
stratégie.
dépêche-
ça, c'est
on se dépêche à monter
toutes
à
les
8
mêmes
heures.
conditions.
Il n'y a
Premier
pas
but de la
d'hypocrisie, il n'y a pas de semblant, il n'y a rien. Il n'y a pas de bluff. Il n'y a aucun bluff dans cette game-là.
Non, mais c'est ça. Ça fait pas la,
C'est bien du
pas la
bluff,
même
là.
compétition.
C'est 2 courses. Le premier rendu là qui prend son 8 heures plus vite, il
C'est ça.
son gain plus vite.
C'est 2 hauts. Pareil comme si on faisait 2 hauts de 100 000.
On va jaser. Il sait, là.
Plus vite à tous les hauts qui gagnent.
C'est ça.
Ça, il change pas ça.
Non, mais c'est...
Ben là, il me dit, ben, c'est vrai qu'il avait pensé, on aurait voulu qu'ils changent ça, ils n'ont pas voulu. Ça part.
Ça passe.
Ils ont bien de la misère à faire les changements. C'est à avoir la tête au changement. Ils ont bien de la misère avec ça. Je dirais que ça m'aide trop les cartes.
Entre le dernier checkpoint puis la ligne, il y a combien?
30 000.
30 000.
Pas là qu'on... Pas là qu'une fois, je l'avais. On était pas chicaner avec Rose.
C'est vraiment pas tout.
Moi, j'ai de moins en moins confiance. Tu dis quoi, là? Il y en a qui a répété ça. Là, il essaye de dire pourquoi, là, s'ils n'ont parlé des chiens, si dans le créneau, elle a dit,
Là, si t'as pas confiance,
s'ils n'ont parlé,
là, j'ai un bilingue puis j'ai un autre bilingue, là. Fait que là, Chris, on...
s'ils n'ont parlé, là, on l'a ramassé. Il dit, les Canadiens français, ils l'ont ramassé. C'est pas en français, ils l'ont ramassé.
Hey, y a-t-il un problème, André? Ben donc, 5.
Non, on se cause des problèmes. On aime ça chicaner, nous autres.
Ouais.
Ça met du piquant.
Vous êtes pas
Parce que
prêts?
il y a des points de la triple couronne qui se donnent là, pour gagner la triple couronne. Il y a un ensemble de 3 courses qui se fait.
Ouais.
Puis on n'est pas d'accord avec la manière que les points ont été distribués.
Ah.
Parce qu'on n'était pas au courant de la manière que les points ont été calculés. Ça arrive par après.
Ah,
Il a
ouais.
fallu que tout le monde sache. Tu sais, c'est comme quand tu vas à l'école, hein?
D'avance.
Tu sais sur quoi ils vont se baser pour donner tes points.
Ouais.
Là, on ne savait pas.
Comme son truck,
Et
présent.
ils nous donnent des points.
C'est-tu la première année qu'il y a le Triple Crown?
Ouais.
Ouais. Ben, ça va se régler
Ouais,
avec
mais
du temps.
c'est facile de faire un meeting avant au moins. Lui dire qu'est-ce qui, sur quoi qui base le point, c'est quoi qui peut arriver. Là, les scies arrivent après.
Ah, ouais.
Les scies après, là, c'est ça qui arrive, il y a la chicane.
Ouais.
On va-tu, Roche?
Hein?
On va-tu? Contacter, puis on va faire tes poches à part de ça, de ta viande.
You don't want to be seen in public with me, right?
Okay. We've got people from all over the place here that came to see the Can-Am.
That's right, Caribou.
There's a guy, Roger Roy from Caribou,
Central Maine.
Central Maine. And John Martin, Representative John Martin from Eagle Lake, and Doug Ahern from Madawaska. I think we've ordered the best...
Ladies and gentlemen.
Whoa! I'm
Good
gonna have to
morning
stop.
and welcome to the 3rd Can-Am Crown
See you later.
International.
Yeah. Vous autres, là, vraiment, là, Bugs, là, qu'est-ce que tu fais, là, toi, là, fait chaud, là, t'es-tu payé?
Don't have a clue.
Now, how come you got that job? Hein?
Thibault gave it to me.
Ouais, mais les autres, là, Ron, t'as pas eu de job de même, toi?
We're directing the dogs. C'est nous autres qui disent les chiens y aller.
Ah ouais? Les pauvres chiens vont se perdre.
We're going right now.
OK. T'es une moyenne gang.
See you later.
Qui est le mosher? Comment déjà?
Monsieur, il veut tailler à beau soleil. Il veut tailler à beau
Hey, on aimerait savoir où vous venez, puis...
Où c'est que je viens?
Ouais.
Saint-Gérard, Magella, Québec.
Il sait que c'est ça.
Près de Repentigny.
Ah ah. T'es le numéro quoi, là, toi?
6.
6. Bon.
On va aller préparer mes affaires.
Il y a beaucoup de mocheurs de Québec qui ont venu? La moitié, je pense, hein?
On est 4 à tout ça.
Ouais.
Ah, ben, on
Pour le 250.
L'inox, c'est seulement que de la 60, hein?
Ouais, lui, c'est pour le départ.
Bonne chance. Non. Hey, t'as-tu réglé ton affaire? Ben non, c'est pas réglé.
Non, ça n'a rien réglé.
Ah non, hein?
Ben, ça n'a rien réglé. Ils ont compris, mais ils disent qu'ils sont pas capables de rien changer.
Ouais.
Ils disent qu'ils sont pas capables. C'est quoi la volonté du monde, là? On ne sait pas.
Tu sens-tu que la Triple Crown est en danger? Ben donc, ça va continuer.
Non, ça va continuer. C'est
Ouais.
parce qu'il y a eu un malentendu au début de la triple couronne. Il a fallu qu'ils fassent ses règlements et ses assemblées avant la première course, pas après.
Une autre année, ça va être mieux que ça.
Ouais, mais... En tout cas, c'est...
Ben, bonne chance, hein? OK. This team is sponsored by Willard Jalbert Camps. Are you the musher for this team?
No, she's right here.
Oh, I'd like to see how she's doing. Oh, I see. The vets check all the dogs, huh?
That's right. Everyone goes through an exam.
Before they leave.
Yep. Have them check red, okay? Actually, I'm gonna go around and find somebody. He's got his heart palpitation.
Are you the musher for this team?
Yes.
Yeah. Ah, tu viens de Québec?
Oui, j'ai été.
Ah, comment tu t'appelles?
Saint-Esprit dans le coup de Michel
Ah.
Dinet.
Saint-Esprit?
Oui.
C'est pas loin d'ici, ça.
Dans le coup de Rodin, c'est peut-être à 6h30, 7h.
Ah, c'est si loin que ça? Je pensais que c'était à l'entour de Cabano, mais c'est plus loin que ça.
Près de Montréal.
Ouais. Quel numéro que t'as pour décoller? Number 2? Ah! Ça veut dire que tu vas être en avant des autres, ça?
En avant des autres, ouais. Ça va être de rester là.
Ouais. Comment tu t'appelles?
Ça devrait bien aller. Hein?
Comment est-ce que c'est ton nom?
Moi, c'est Michel Dinet.
Michel Dinéré? Ouais. Ben, bonne chance.
Merci beaucoup.
OK.
Stand up there somewhere pretty soon. As soon as we get them hooked up, we'll go right up.
That's a great looking boat.
You're number 1 starter?
Yep, number 1.
Where are you from?
I'm from El Dorado, Ontario.
Oh, is that right? What's your name?
Tim McEwen.
Oh, didn't you win something?
I got second here last year.
How about in Ontario there?
Yeah, I've won a few races.
Yeah? Been doing this a while?
Yeah, 16 years.
Oh, boy. Well, isn't that something? That's a long ride for you to come all the way to Fort Kent.
Yeah, it's about 12 and a half hours.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to have good weather for once.
Looks perfect.
Yeah.
Yep, perfect weather.
And you drew number 1.
Yeah, lucky draw.
Is that a good? Is that an advantage or?
No,
No.
no real advantage. No.
The race is so long, doesn't matter much. Yeah. Well, good luck to you.
Hey, thank you.
All right. People in Fort Kent would like to know who's the dog.
That's a tough one, Mark.
Behind the camera.
No, oh, the guy behind the
You know
camera.
who the real dog is, right over there.
Non, mais sérieusement, là, what are you guys doing? Are you officials or what?
I don't know. The sign says.
Attends, là,
Yeah, but you're not filming because you don't see any red light.
You're helping out?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like everybody else.
Yeah. It's a tremendous day.
I know. Are you taping?
Yes.
How come you don't have a red light?
Oh, you guys are right here. They want to stop.
Okay.
Yeah. So we, 15 minutes away, so I'm going to stop.
Get people out.
Right, maybe, or not, but he's super painful.
You know where to get the neck. The shoulders up there.
If he suddenly dies on the trail, that would not
One less dog.
Hey, John, how do you feel this morning?
Feel great, ready to hit the trail.
Hey, isn't that something, huh?
Oh, it's going to be a great day.
Great weather and...
I'm going to take my time getting the portage, enjoy it. You know?
Yeah, enjoy the ride anyway.
What's that?
Enjoy the ride.
Thanks a lot, I appreciate it.
I'm going to get the camera feed.
Yeah.
Are you a doctor?
Yeah, I'm Keith Gumby. I'm a veterinarian from Connecticut.
Is that right?
Help out today.
Great. Are you checking the dogs for what? What are you looking for?
Well, right now, for the start, we're just making sure there's no lamenesses, pain in any of the joints, no cuts on the feet, that their heart and lungs sound good, and that they're in good condition. They're not too thin, dehydrated.
And somebody else doing it at the other checkpoints, or?
Yeah, there's going to be a veterinarian at every checkpoint in the race. At most of them, probably 2.
All right.
And they all go through an exam as soon as they come into the checkpoint. dogs.
You found the dogs to be in good shape?
Yeah, so far everybody's looking good. Just got one little bite wound over here from a fight, but everybody's okay so far.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Take care.
These are John Coletta's dogs here. Very nice looking dogs. You got their little booties on. That's a good looking dog right there.
Sorry.
Look at that. It's a great looking dog.
No, it's not.
Your dog's in good shape?
Actually, they've got a cold at the moment, so not really. They've got a cold going through the dogs.
Really?
Yeah, so that's unfortunate at the moment, so it's a little bit off colour. So, we'll see how they do. What are you running? The 60? This is the 60.
That's quite a job, huh?
Yeah, especially when I've only got a couple to do, but...
What number did you draw?
Number 4.
Number 4?
I'm going out number 4 now, so...
Now,
Hey, George, I'm behind you.
Yeah?
It's all right. As you're going, you just have to wear your bib at the start. After that, it can be positioned anywhere you want on the sled as long as it's visible.
Okay, we'll do.
Morning.
hey George, how you doing?
Very good.
Good.
Yeah,
I'm ready for the start.
What? 5 minutes till the start of the race. Okay, we can...
Where are you from, sir?
Shortly. As soon as John's hooked up, we'll hook up.
Where are you from?
I'm from England.
Really?
Yeah, but I live in Bethel, Maine now.
Oh, good. Glad to see you and good luck.
Thanks a lot. Take care.
Are you the musher for this team?
Yes, I am.
What's your name? Where are you from?
Mackenzie, Bruce Mines, Ontario.
Ho ho!
Yeah, we're from a fur piece away.
Did you win the, what do you call it in Ontario there?
Yeah, well, I came in 3rd in the Canadian Long Distance Championship, but the first 2 guys entered in it weren't running in this Triple Challenge. So I got all my dogs through, so I'm in 1st place in the Triple Challenge right now.
Well, that's
still have
great.
This race and the one up in Labrador to go, so got a long ways to go, so we won't count our chickens till they...
Well, you're going to have a nice weather here.
Oh, it's beautiful. Perfect.
Yeah.
Just perfect.
About 15 degrees, I think, huh?
Dogs like this. Lots of food, eating other things to eat for. This is a beautiful team of dogs. There are 11 dogs, and they are ready to go. They're pulling in hard.
And Representative Martin, Senator Judy Parody, Doug Ahern on the reviewing stand.
ready for countdown. Ready, 10, 9, 8, 3, 2,
That's number 1 team, just took off.
Age of his team is 3.5 years. Michel Dinel. The team is being brought now to the starting point.
Senator Baldacci, Senator Parody,
Michel's future goals include a win in the Triple Crown and the Yukon Quest. Tim says what he enjoys the most about dog sledding is the time he can be with his dogs. He's very proud of their endurance, and they display a wonderful attitude. According to Michel, they live to work, and all of his spare time is dedicated to his team. Michel Dinel.
Sounds like Chuck Closser up there.
Sponsored by Irving Heating Oil. I like the name of that lead dog, Amarok, Eskimo for wolf. 3, 2, 1, and off! And he's off. What a beautiful hat. Chuck, maybe you might give us a little story about your hat. It's not really a hat, it's a pet. And this pet likes to stay up on top of my head because I have some hair there. It's enough. Certainly nobody would be able to sneak up on him, that's for certain. These dogs are talking to the crowd, they're talking to each other, they are ready to go, they have got their paws up, they are ready, and they are excited. Tony has 10 years of mushing experience in both race and expedition dog sledding. He has competed in the Labrador 400, the first year of the Can-Am Crown in 1993, and of course the Marlborough 150-mile race in Ontario, and has placed 7 in the Sandwich Notch race in New Hampshire. Tony says he has lots of Red Lantern awards. These awards go to last place finishers. It's a very valued prize. If Chuck or I were ever to enter this race, I think we'd be contenders for Red Lantern awards. Don't you think so? I think so, yes. We'd have a great collection. We are coming upon the departure. I am hoping to see a nod from Mickey in a moment here. Ladies and gentlemen, the countdown. In French this time. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, le départ. Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Simpson.
Oui, ça veut, hein. Ça veut, hein. Overdrive.
Ladies and gentlemen, Amy's people
The poussière, look at the poussière. We have quite a crowd here today, and it's turning out to be a real wintry day. If we look at the flags, the wind has picked up quite a bit, and you can see the snow coming off the roof of Key Bank over here. It's about 15 degrees. So the mushers and the dogs will be very happy. It's not getting any warmer, that's for sure. Matter of fact, I'm afraid for the people on the stand there. They're not used to being out in the cold like that. As a matter of fact, 2 minutes later, here we have what looks like a blizzard. If you look at downtown Fort Kent, can't see a thing. It's real windy, the snow's coming, being blown all over the place.
Ready?
3, 2, 1.
We're going to be the last team out.
Wow. It's a real wintry day.
Want to go back? No.
Here's part of the crowd.
You know what, Seth? I'm going to have to get up here, darling. Seth, come here, honey. I need to tell you. Come on. Thank you.
Andre Nadeau is coming up now. He's number 7, I guess. The champion of both Can-Ams, 93 and 94. Where are you folks from?
Connecticut.
You're from Connecticut? You came all the way up here to see this?
Yes, we did.
And it looks like you're freezing.
Yes.
Very cold.
It's just an ordinary day.
But I see the tears running down your eyes.
Yeah, well, that's part of the game. No, they come down all right. We don't know about them, but your feet are frozen, you say?
Yes.
Okay. Well, the day's early.
Yes. It's great.
This looks really like winter today. Look at that.
Watch that. You might get run over.
Oh, no.
There they come.
There's Andre Nadeau.
There's 2 sleds.
That's the, that's a champion of last year and the year before. This guy, number 7, yeah.
Wow.
He's won both times.
That's Andre Nadeau?
Andre Nadeau, yeah.
Ian is from Bruce Mines.
There's Mickey Levac, the president of the Can-Am race.
Ian also.
Okay.
The large maple. Ready? Are we ready? Ladies and gentlemen, together. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
Dogs understand every number.
4, 3, 2,
Come on, dogs.
1, and off, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
What a beautiful team. We have a wonderful crowd here in Fort Kent, lining the track all the way down Main Street. How many people do you think we've got?
La poussière, il y en a.
At this moment, I'm not sure. Most recently has focused a lot of attention on dog care and nutrition. There's a strong fascination with dog behavior. Harry loves to be out with his dog, which is the challenges of the weather, and it sounds like these dogs are looking forward to it as well. Look at that. We have one of our starters down giving a lot of love and attention to some of the team.
There's a happy Mickey.
Beautiful, beautiful.
He says we're ready to roll.
Chuck, go for it. 10, ladies and gentlemen. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, they are off. Those dogs really pull. People's Heritage Bank. People's Heritage Bank, sponsors of the very young team from Credit Union, Federal Credit Union. Spencer Thu, ladies and gentlemen. Spencer Thu, led by 2 beautiful lead dogs, Gnome and Kino. Gnome and Kino. These are Siberian Huskies.
Sorry I'm in your way, but I got to say
New York. And Spencer is a triple crown from Texas. This is ride. This team that is getting ready to start is Smith & Pugh.
This is in front of the key bank. Very nice decoration. You can see how the wind is blowing. It's quite cold. Look at all the flags here. About a 20-mile-an-hour wind.
Ready for countdown. Are you ready, 10? Our next team from Malachy, Quebec. Sponsored by Thibodeau Michaud Insurance. Thibodeau Michaud Insurance. Led by the Russell O'Farrell from Malachy, Quebec. Two lead dogs are named Kent. How appropriate.
How
Kent.
very appropriate.
And Elsa. Kent and Elsa. Russell is a triple.
Ready to go. Lead dogs, Kent and Elsa, sponsored by the Thibodeau Michaud Insurance Company. And Russell is a municipal inspector. A municipal inspector. He inspects municipal.
Ready for 10-second count, Chuck. Go.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And they're off, ladies and gentlemen. Russell O'Farrell. Little hesitation on the start.
Maybe John would have a comment to make about hesitancy.
Congressman Baldacci, what do you think about this?
I'm just so impressed with you two guys and the way you're handling this.
Oh, the dogs have stopped over there.
And you could really help us.
Looks like they don't want to go.
Do you think that would be safe? I worry.
Here he goes. Here he goes.
We're delighted to have you here with us today.
Thank you very much. It's an honor to be here. It's a terrific race and it's a terrific show of community support.
We've also asked, ladies and gentlemen, that Congressman Baldacci give us a brief announcement again later on during the race.
First place. Would you stand over there to interview?
We had to come in for Key Bank because it was so cold out there.
That's my fault.
I'd like to have a word with Senator Baldacci.
He needs a rearview mirror.
Yes.
How do you like Fort Kent so far?
I love Fort Kent. I
Great.
love Fort Kent, and I love today. It's a beautiful day. Mickey had told me one of the reasons that he wanted to have the Can-Am Dog Sled Races was that it was a time of the year that everybody was going to Bangor for the basketball tournaments.
Oh, yeah.
And he reminded me, he said, you know, you guys from Bangor, their road goes both ways. So I said to him, if I get elected, I'm coming to the dog sled races to kick them off. So after the election, he says it's February 18th, and I said I'll be there. And just terrific the way the family comes out, the community comes out, and you know people pull together, and it's really nice to see.
We're having the best weather-wise, the best year yet over here.
Oh, it's just gorgeous. It really is gorgeous. We got a light snow last night, and the crowd is just packed down Main Street. I've never seen so many people down Main Street. It's really terrific. It really is.
Yeah, it brightens our winter.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad you missed the tournament, though, huh? You probably would have gone to that.
Well, yes, I probably would have, but I really enjoyed coming to Aroostook County.
Great.
After spending all week in Washington, I need to recharge my batteries, and there's no better place than here in Fort Kent to do it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Doc.
On a découvert le P. Marquis, qui est venu voir les races. La dernière fois qu'on vous avait interviewé, Père, que lorsque vous avez 82, je pense, hein?
Oui, oui.
Là, quel âge vous avez, là?
86.
86. Avez-vous, pensez-vous de vivre si longtemps que ça?
Non.
Non, hein?
Non.
What do you think is happening? They want to keep you for the next century.
Aussi, je suis supposé être mort en 1940.
1940?
Ils m'ont oublié.
Anyway, c'est beau de voir tout le monde ici, hein?
Oui, oui. Oui, c'est beau. Hein?
Là, on va aller voir l'autre partie de la race bientôt, là. Puis...
Oui. J'ai pas osé venir avec mon char parce qu'il y a trop de trafic.
Ouais.
J'aurais pu me retourner.
Vous avez marché de...
Non, une ride.
Vous avez eu une ride à l'hôpital, là. Ouais. D'aller hitchhiker back à l'hôpital.
C'est ce qui est fait.
On vous souhaite beaucoup d'autres années avec nous autres, hein?
C'est le bon Dieu qui mène ça.
Ouais.
C'est...
But, it'd be nice to go into the next century.
Se tirer, là. Puis l'évêque m'a dit, all right, il t'a retiré, mais tu restes jusqu'à t'es là.
Oh, yeah. Well, this is where...
Ça peut-être pour la trouver mieux ailleurs, anyway.
Yeah. Vous êtes bien, c'est?
C'est hors de question. Ça aurait dû être le curé qui avait venu dire la prière, là, c'est moi.
Ouais.
C'est des petites gâteries comme ça.
Vous êtes partie de la communauté?
À l'air à ça.
Tout le monde vous aime?
C'est un gars de Port Kent.
À part de ça, yeah. Okay, Father. Many more years for you.
Thank you.
We're getting ready for the 60-mile race. As we can see here, this sled is sponsored by Peltier Logging. There are 16 or 17 teams in the 60-mile race. This is Meadow Lane here in Fort Kent right now. Usually a very quiet place. This team is sponsored by Maine Public Service.
No weight requirement. You take as light as you can. As light as you can to get away with it.
When you don't have the smushers, love their animals too much, and they spend too much time to injure animals, and you're not going to go and put them through hardship in a race. That's why it's important.
We have not had, of course, to get it running 50 miles up for it now. Exactly. If we hadn't had a 50-mile run this year.
They want to get them up and calm down.
All this money and time.
The thing is,
you the musher for this team?
Yes, I am.
Where are you from?
New Hampshire. Central New Hampshire.
What's your name?
George Cook.
Good luck to you.
Thank you. Going on number 1. I get to find the trails for everyone.
Oh, you're going out number 1?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I think they're well indicated, though.
Should have said, keep the beer cool. Do that, First time I'll be able to use it in less than a few days.
Hey, George.
Wait.
How are things going?
Very good. Actually, we got the 250s that just left. We got all the teams off to a fine start. They're now heading up the railroad bed on their way to the Portage.
There are 12 teams, or how many?
We have 12 teams that are competing. Then we have Harry Gray, which is running Chinooks for the Kidney Foundation.
Okay.
He's not part of the race. He's not competing. He's also not one of the official entries. So they are running to collect funds for the foundation, and they are running at the back, not interfering with the other racers.
And they're planning to go all the way around?
They plan on going all the way around, they tell us, and
Good.
we will man the checkpoints and assist them in any way we can to make sure that them and their dogs cross the finish line. That is our goal, is to get all these teams across the finish line safely with them and the animals.
Great. Now, how many teams do we have in the 60 mile?
We have 18 teams in the 60, and we have some very good competitors here today, because some of the competitors didn't have much snow to train on. We have a lot of the people here, like George is one of them here, Penny Gray, people like that are normally long distance mushers for the 250. But due to the lack of snow early in the season, which just has been coming lately, a lot of the long runs needed to do that type of racing has not been available. So these people, instead of putting a team through hardship of not having the proper training and have to go through a lot more care and on the dogs mentally and physically, they turn around and they go and do a 60, which then they can compete properly, and then the dogs can have a good workout out of it.
So they didn't have a chance to practice?
Like these people here didn't have a chance to practice like they normally do on early snow.
Oh, okay.
You can see in a lot of the competitors, like we take down in Montana, we take the Alaska people, are on snow in October.
Right.
These people, some of them never got on snow till December.
Yeah.
Then we had a toss with January. Some of them still never had a good run yet.
Yeah, so they're taking the shorter route.
We're taking the 60-mile route, which for some of the teams, they are very well ready for the 60, and they will have a good run.
Great. Well, listen, we appreciate you coming all the way from Ontario to help us out.
Anytime. It's a pleasure to come down here, because the hospitality helps us to do what we enjoy doing much, is take care of this passion that we have for the animals, and to do it greatly every winter.
Thank you very much. George Thériault. Team is being sponsored by Chris Lozier. Looks like a good team. Nice dogs. Another bunch there. People are getting ready. There's quite a few. There's a fan. There's a fan. I'd like to talk to that little
say hi, Alex.
musher there.
Yeah.
You're the dog and that's the musher?
I'm the dog.
Hey, what are you going to say?
One dog team.
Good, yeah, face, hein?
Yeah.
Un beau petit bébé.
Yeah.
Hello, Alex. Oh, de ses lunettes quand il voit le visage, ouais. Comment ça va, Alex? Hein?
Allô?
C'est pas grand-chose.
Monte tes dents, ouais. Il fait ce qu'il veut aujourd'hui. Huh? It's nice and cold, huh?
It's cold. It's cold.
Yeah, it is very cold.
Time for,
We're just
put
running.
the
I'd
sun
like
at
to
your
be
back
running
if
the
you're going to take my
250.
picture.
Yeah, I'm just zooming in.
Alex, look at Mom. Look at Mama.
Well, running dog since I was 9, racing since I was 11. I run Siberian Huskies. You'll see both sides of one Alaskan. He stands out like a sore thumb. Jay here. When I sold my whole team 2 years ago, I sold all my good leaders, and then I was fighting with the pups. So, you know, they didn't know what to do. So I called a friend of mine who runs Alaskans, who has enough dogs. He had a leader available. He was an older leader. He actually, when he was a sprint leader, he's 10 or 11 now. When he was a sprint leader, he actually won the world championships in leads. So he was quite a sprint leader in his heyday. Now he's just like a marathon. He died. Oh yeah. Now.
You were the. How come you got number 21 there? There's not 21 teams, is there?
No, this is, they're just starting us off. I'm actually team number 1. But the lowest numbers went out with the teams in the 250.
Oh, I see. So
although I'm actually team number 1, I've got this silly 2 in front of it.
And the next guy's going to have 20.
The second team out will be number 22.
Okay. Yeah, Ciro's Restaurant is sponsoring this team. Are you the guy going to run the team?
Yes, I am.
Where are you from?
20 miles north of Boston, Massachusetts.
Really? First time you see snow this year?
Well, we get about 3 inches on the ground.
Yeah. So how'd you train your dogs?
I had to drive about 3.5, 4 hours north to find snow to train.
New Hampshire somewhere?
Maine.
Oh, you come out to Maine to train?
Munson.
Oh, yeah. You're going out what number?
I'm wearing number 26. I'm going to be the 6th.
You're the 6th guy out.
Yes.
What's your name?
Bob Davis.
Good luck, Bob.
Thank you very much.
All right. Another sled here by Joey Bard and Sons. And here's for Gnome's Pet Supply. I think that's a place downstate of Maine. Here's a team sponsored by Gaz and Go. Another team sponsored by Deep Lord Logging of Fort Kent. John's Country Store of St. Francis sponsors this team here. Over here we have TNT Road Company sponsoring this team. Hey Jeff, you're one of the mushers?
Yes.
Where are you from?
Massachusetts.
Oh, that's not too far.
No.
You going out what number?
32.
32, so that's 12th, I think, huh?
Right.
Great, so you've been able to train your dogs? We've had snow up here.
Yes.
A lot of the people didn't have enough snow to train them, I think.
No, we've been running since about December.
Great. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right. Are you Penny Gray?
Yes.
We interviewed you last year, and I imagine your dogs conked out in that heat last year?
Well, they don't like running in that hot weather.
No, didn't work out, huh?
Yeah.
Now this year you're only in the 60 mile. Is that because you didn't have a chance to train, or what?
Yeah, the training down south was awful. We were on dirt until 2 weeks ago, so we just didn't get the miles in to do a longer race.
Now where's down south?
Rangeley, Carthage, where I live is in Carthage, which is just south of Rangeley, but it was just poor training.
Now you have another teammate or something that's who's racing too, isn't it?
No, not in this race.
No.
He did in the last race we did, but this race, no.
Yeah.
So just one team.
Okay. Well, the weather's fine, so
oh, yeah.
I hope you enjoy it and have a good time.
It should be great.
Well, I don't know. It's pretty close.
Well, I just came in to get warmed up in the Dr. Morris Sears house, and I just found a guy I haven't seen in years here.
Hi, Doc.
As a matter of fact, a lot of people would say, "Who's that guy?" You better introduce yourself. You better introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Ben Sear.
Ben Sear from Fort Kent.
Fort Kent, Maine. Oh,
Where do you live now, Ben?
living down in Bangor.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Working for the government.
Oh, we all are, I think.
Yep.
And then
On TV.
this is going to be on local TV, by the way. So, and this guy I haven't seen in a while too.
Charles Kelly.
Charles Kelly. You're from Presque Isle now?
Presque Isle, Maine. Work for B.R. Smith Associates.
Soon to be bride.
Yeah, my bride, Ruth Klein.
Great.
Yep.
Now
June
you.
17th, the big day.
June 17th?
Come on down.
Huh. Well.
There's the golfer.
Well, listen. I hope you enjoy the race, and these are all famous people. This looks like a team from BJ's. One from Kwangwa Restaurant. Another one from Jim Bouchard, building contractor. Was in construction.
Gâteau. Gâteau. Hey, gâteau.
Is that it? Is that yours?
Now I'm going to tell you something.
There's your team.
Are you my team? I'd like you to tell the folks again what happened there.
We had 18 teams for the 60-mile race, and the 18th team decided not to race, and it was a chassis chiropractic team.
You know, I expected to come in first.
Well, we'll put it at the finish line, and it'll be the first banner there.
Yeah, well, maybe you can give it to me, huh?
Sure. Well, actually, if you want to do it next year, we'll save you a banner.
All right.
And you'll get a refund. How's
Well,
that for a deal?
Isn't that something now that I would come out with a hanging, what do they call that? Holding the bag.
Holding.
I was so proud of that. Well, maybe next year. You'll be going to put me first next year.
What we did is it's in order that we got the banners, that we collected
Oh, yeah.
money on the banners, and that was the order.
And who's that team that didn't show up?
Actually, it's John Osmond. He's here. His wife is Amy Dugan.
Uh-huh.
She's running in the 250.
Okay.
And the reason they decided not to race is they wanted to have their vehicle in Portage.
Oh, I see.
And they couldn't have it here for the end of the 60. And
Yeah.
they just decided it was too much coordinating.
Sorry about that. C'est qui le mochus, là?
Oui.
C'est toi, comment tu t'appelles?
Martin Mascotte.
Number 31. Ça veut dire que tu vas sortir le 11e, ça, hein?
C'est ça.
Puis, il sait que tu deviens?
En Mauricie, à Saint-Tite.
Québec.
Puis, ton nom?
Martin Mascotte.
T'as-tu déjà venu à Fort Ken?
Non.
C'est la première fois? Ah, vous allez aimer ça?
Ça devrait, sûrement.
Ah oui, vous êtes... Quand est-ce que vous pensez d'arriver après-midi, là, 2-3 heures?
Oh,
Don't know, hein? Ça, c'est l'inspecteur, ça?
Ouais.
Cinq heures? 5 heures, vous allez être de retour, tu penses? Ah! Il va-tu te faire ça, toi et tout?
Ça devrait, là. C'est ça que je travaille de me déshabiller. Là.
This is quite a sight to see here. When you look at these dogs, each one just hanging out. Looks to me like they're not racing. They're probably up for, and then they decide which ones will race. Because these dogs are not ready to go for sure.
Our first team of dogs is in front of us right now at the starting line. Ladies and gentlemen, you may want to form again so that you can watch these dogs, watch each other. This is a beautiful, beautiful team of Siberian Huskies from Ashton, New Hampshire, sponsored by the Maine Public Service Company, and George Cook is their musher. He's a geologist. And the leaders of this beautiful team are Circle and Dino.
Before Chuck continues, I've noticed there are some folks that are walking along the race.
Ben is presently attending the Maine Maritime Academy and training to become a U.S. merchant marine. We are approaching the start time for these dogs.
Less than 30 seconds away. We'd like to...
Our next team is from Rivière-Verte, New Brunswick. Musher and Luc Martin. Luc Martin
Yes,
is
sir.
a wood fly.
We're 30 seconds away from the departure. Thank you, Chuck. Luc Martin, Rivière-Verte, Nouveau-Brunswick. Luc Martin, on vous souhaite bonne chance. 15 seconds away from departure. Ready? 10, 9, 8, come on! 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Luc Martin, Rivière-Verte, Nouveau-Brunswick. Bonne chance, Luc.
Our next team that is getting into place, Musher Joan Farnham from Vanceboro, Maine.
And after spending a week in Washington, I really enjoy being in Maine and being in Aroostook County. Thank you very much.
And we're going to ask Congressman Baldacci to do the countdown on this next one. Spirited and excited. Thank you, Congressman.
Thank you very much, Congressman Baldacci.
Those Massachusetts, a team of Siberians, Musher Robert Davis, and this team is sponsored by Sirwas Restaurant. Our two lead dogs are Smudge and Capo.
Smudge and Capo.
Smudge and Capo.
I love it. I love it.
Just look at them. They're beautiful. And Robert Davis is an electrician, and this is Bob's first race. So let's wish him a
his very first race. He chose to come to Fort Kent to run his first race, ladies and gentlemen.
He has 7 years of dog sledding experience behind him, and the average age of his team is 5 years. His goal for today is to finish the Can-Am Crown 60 and hopefully go on to other races. What Bob enjoys most about dog sledding is being out alone with the team. He also loves the companionship.
Robert Davis, sponsored by Sirwas Restaurant. You overheard our question, Mr. Thomas. Why do we... Mickey, you might have a problem here.
It's a dog. It sounds like an Indian.
The wind is blowing, not as hard as a while ago. Still blowing pretty hard. It's quite cold, 23 degrees right now.
Please go beyond the building. Please evacuate it. Get 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Steve Morgan, Toronto, Ontario. Ontario, we are 10 seconds away.
No, I'm not there. I mean, which one of you guys is on the sled? It's a girl.
Canadian Acres sponsored this team. Getting ready to go.
That's what I told her. She ran at us there. Yeah. Yeah, we were talking about that.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You can go if you want. Some Ronnies now.
J'arrêtais pas de lui dire.
Après que c'est habitude, c'est lui qui s'en est rendu compte, Gilles. Pas nous autres, là, à dire.
J'ai dit, moi,
Phil, what do you think?
Hey, I think it's the greatest thing that ever happened to Fort Kent.
Is that right?
Next to salmon, of course, that we're going to get this year.
Yeah, I hope so.
Hey. A little later there, we'll have to go talk in front of that big salmon over there.
Oh, where is that? In front of the bank here?
If you'll pan over there, you'll see it right in front of the service.
Oh!
See that big
Let me
salmon?
see that. I'm going to take a picture of that. Where is it? I lost it. There it is.
That's the Atlantic salmon for the Upper St. John.
Great.
Where?
George Cook. Our final dog team has just taken off.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Fort Kent, for attending the 1995 Can-Am Crown International.
Hey, what are we doing here, Dave?
Well, I see you got the film back in that thing there, Mark. That's good. It works better.
First time it didn't work, huh?
Well, we're here at Lonesome Pine Trails at the crossing, and we're waiting for the finish of the 60-mile race, the 1995 Can-Am Crown 60. There were 17 teams that left Main Street this morning at 10:30. Were you there?
I was there, and now it's about 3:45, pretty close.
Yeah, it's about 3:30, 4:45, and we're expecting them any minute now.
Yeah. They'll be coming down the track as we look at this. This is how they're going to be coming in, right on the track. And the finish line, should be right over there where there's a bunch of people waiting for them. You can see there. So Dave, are you happy so far?
Yeah, we're very pleased, Mark. Very pleased with the race today and how it's gone. The 60-mile race, a lot of competition, some experienced mushers.
Yeah.
In fact, mushers that could have been running in the 250-mile race, and that some of which ran the 250-mile race last year, are competing in the 60-mile race this year.
Yeah.
So it's we expect to have a really exciting finish here in just a few minutes.
And we had a lot of participation.
Yes.
18 for this race and 12 for the other one.
That's right. 13 for the 250 and 17 for the 60-mile.
Oh, I see.
17 teams.
Yeah. Well, that's great, and it'd be nice tomorrow too.
Pretty soon.
Huh?
15 minutes.
I'll go watch them home.
Hurry back.
It's 10:04 right now. We're still waiting for the mushers to come in. This is how it looks Saturday afternoon, about 25 degrees. Very nice day. Some of the skiers are relaxing on the patio of the ski lodge. Ski tow, I think, is ready to close. We have here while we're waiting for the dogs to come in, we have here a visitor from Presque Isle, Lisa Dumont. And Lisa was here
3 years ago.
3 years ago when this thing started. What happened? How come this Can-Am ever got to be?
The Can-Am came to be back in May of 1992. The Down East Dog Sled organization down in Carmel, Maine, had contacted Daryl Sterling, who at that time was Community Development Director in Fort Kent. And Daryl thought that it would be an ideal proposition for our area to utilize the natural snow that we have. And from that point, they proposed a Durago 250 race, which was going to be a point-to-point race from Fort Kent to Holton. And Daryl had a lot of things on his plate at that time, having organized the first Mardi Gras that Fort Kent had, and doing the revitalization that Fort Kent was doing too. Took up a lot of his time, and he just didn't have enough time to devote to something like that. And I started working at the town office for Daryl.
What year was that?
That was in 1992. That was back in September of 1992. In October of 1992, I came across the folder that Daryl had with all the contact names. Sam Woodward's name was in there, George Theriault, Andre, Don McHugh, and a bunch of contact names, but nothing had been done with it. And I had talked with Daryl about it, and Daryl seemed to think that that was something that would be very good for this area, that, you know, it's something that would go with it. But the race was proposed to be in February, and that only gave us 4 months to do it. But being, I guess, tenacity running in my family, we went with it, and we had some few meetings or here and there, and on November 16th, 1992, Can-Am Crown was incorporated as a nonprofit organization. And instead of it being a point-to-point race, it was a circular race, really giving
What happened there? It seems like it would have been good for Holton to grab onto this.
Well,
did they miss the boat?
Yes, they did, and I've been in touch with the Holton forefathers and the council and even the chamber down there, and I believe to this day they're probably kicking themselves in the behind a little bit for not having jumped on it sooner.
Yeah.
And for that reason being, they've seen the first year running, you know, if you remember correctly, it was a very, you know, it was a shaky start. There was a lot of things, you know, you had to get around and, you know, get doing and stuff like that. But
yeah,
it actually set forth a precedent that if it could make it then,
yeah,
being disorganized, and the organization that they have now is just phenomenal. I was speaking with Dr. Rook, and he said that he would compare this Can-Am to the Iditarod as far as the organization goes, the people that they have, the involvement with the community. Their trails are excellent. The committees that they have are set up having their head people in charge, and he was very impressed with it.
In other words, Fort Kent's doing a good job.
Yes, and he has I mean, he has ideas as far as within, you know, 5-10 years that you're looking at $75,000 purses instead of
right.
$10,000, $12,000 or $15,000 purses.
Now this would have benefited all the communities from here to Holton had they gone with it, right?
Had they gone with it, and I think what Holton was doing basically, because all the work would have been done by the people here in Fort Kent, and they would have benefited more tourist-wise because the race would have ended in Holton.
There, yeah.
So we would. That was the whole purpose, was to have Fort Kent do all the setup and have them.
But I remember once it happened the first time that a very prominent person in Caribou said that, geez, we missed out. You know, we missed out.
Yeah, they have, and
I'm sure
they're
that.
kind of upset with it.
This has brought, you know, like Representative Baldacci was here, and
John Martin.
John Martin,
I was very glad to see John.
And then next week the governor's coming to the Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
You know, it's big time.
Yeah, it is. Even at Tourism Day in 1993, after the race was run, I was invited down for Tourism Day to speak about the Can-Am to the legislature, and that was very exciting. And they were all very interested in it. And
you went to Augusta?
Yes, I did.
Oh.
Yeah, and it was really interesting, and they were interested in it, and they realized the money potential that it had to bring into the state. So it was not just a northern Aroostook County thing anymore. It was a state thing, because people had to come into the state. They were going to be buying gas, whether it be Kittery or wherever along the way. They were going to have to buy it.
That's right. Yeah.
So they backed it. They believed in it. But it was nice to see some representatives here.
Yeah.
This year to.
That's right. Yeah.
You know, that they could actually, like John Martin. John being the first year, I had contacted his office because if you remember, the monies weren't there for like a long time. You know, we didn't have the money.
Yeah.
And
But you got
made
some,
sure that I had money.
that first year?
That first year I got some money from the state,
Oh.
but the majority of the money, the people from town are the ones that
Fort
saved
Kent
that race.
people.
Fort Kent people saved that race. It was
Yeah.
their race. It was their year. There's
Yeah.
no doubt about it. I'd have people coming in saying, all I can give you is $5, or I can give you is $10.
Yeah.
But I made sure that every name of every person, whether it was 5 or 500 or 1,000, every person's name was on the sponsor board, because
Yeah.
that gave the spirit to the whole race.
That's right.
The town just came right behind it. They believed in it. There was skepticism, but that's like anything at the beginning. And I think when they saw that it was really going to happen,
Yeah.
that they had to input to get it. And that's where it is. Right now, I believe if the board of the Can-Am ceased to exist, the Can-Am Crown has its own heartbeat.
Yeah.
It would continue now.
Yeah.
It's its own entity. It's strong, and there's so many good people that are involved with it. You've got Nikki, and you've got Dave, and you've got John, and you've got Dawn, and you've got all the different outside entities that just are making this thing so big.
It's here to stay, I think.
I think so too.
So you never know what's going to happen when you start something, huh?
Yeah, but you know,
Like you did there.
Yeah, I helped it. It's like I told Daryl. Daryl to me is the one that he gave birth to it. He made it possible, but then he couldn't take care of it, so I adopted it from Daryl.
Yeah, yeah.
And I nurtured it for that 1 year,
Yeah.
and then it went to others to raise it,
Yeah.
to bring it up. You know, so it's like a child. It's like a
Yeah.
you know, raising a child. And
I remember that year you were working hard for it.
yeah, I did, and I'm proud of it, and,
Yeah.
and it'll always be a part of me, no matter where I am.
Yeah.
That I would always come home to
Yeah.
see the Can-Am.
Yeah.
You know, it's a part of me. It's a part of my life. You know, it's in my heart.
Well, you must be real happy with what you saw today here.
Yes, it was awesome.
And for the first time, the weather's great. And
yes, it's perfect, actually.
we've been waiting here for an hour and a half for these dogs to show up, and we're going to wait some more.
All right.
But I'll tell you something, we're real happy that you were here at the right time.
Thanks.
And
I am.
congratulations.
Thanks, Mark.
Okay, Lisa, bye.
Bye-bye.
We've got here a guy from Ontario, right?
Right.
What's your name?
Bob Burrow.
And you're with one of the teams?
One of the teams, number 29, Stan Morgan.
Okay, from Ontario?
From Ontario.
And he's in the what race?
He's in the 60-mile.
60-mile race.
Yes.
So it's worth it for somebody from Ontario to come here to race a 60-mile race?
If you like racing,
yeah,
you don't do it for the money.
No.
You just do it to get out and see different places.
For the sport and
Yep.
Is it the first time you're up here?
In Maine it is, yes.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And you're like you're supporting him, you're helping him out?
I'm his handler.
Oh, okay.
I raced for 22 years myself, and I had to give it up 2 years ago because of my knees.
Okay. The dogs were tougher than you.
That's right, much tougher, much tougher.
Now, you were explaining to me a while ago that if the first team we see coming through here might not be the winner.
Not necessarily. He might not necessarily be the winner. It all depends on what number the team is, when he left the chute this morning. A lot of factors because of the 2-minute intervals.
Right. Now, you've learned that the guy who got to St. Francis first left in 13th place, so he was 26 minutes
ahead of the first place team.
Yeah. So he really,
yeah.
He's really in good shape.
Really blew a path.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if he comes in first, automatically he's the winner.
It's pretty well that way.
Yeah.
Because he's nobody's caught up with him.
Right.
Nobody can beat that 26-minute lead he had.
Yeah.
So.
Now, you were saying possibly, is there such a thing as going too fast? And
you can burn the dogs out by going too fast. You've got to get them into a pace that they'll... Leaving the chute this morning, a lot of the teams, probably in the first 4 or 5 mile, went 15, 16 miles an hour.
Oh, yeah.
By the time they hit St. Francis, it was probably down to 9 or 10 miles an hour.
Okay.
The second half of the race, you'll probably average 8.
Is that right?
Yeah. But they'll be in that little groove of theirs. And
oh, yeah.
They can go for miles that way.
And you also say that the trails get chewed up.
Trails get chewed up because of snowmobiles and dog sledders.
Yeah.
And the backward teams, the ones who are behind, they'll find it a little punchy, a little cut out, a little rough.
Sometimes they get hurt.
Yeah, and it's you know, if you have a feeling for your dogs and you know they can't go any farther, the best thing to do is to pull.
Yeah, yeah.
And we've had 2 pull tonight.
Two teams have pulled out already. We're waiting now for the 5th team to come in. We missed the first 4 because we were cold and hungry. But I'm told that the first 4 are not necessarily the winners. We're going to have to count the points and the times they left and everything. We're going to film 3 or 4 of the ones that come in now. And then tomorrow morning we'll have a brunch with the awards for the 60-mile race, find out who really won, and probably talk to a few of them, try to find out what kind of enjoyment they had here in Fort Kent on this great weekend. The weather has been perfect so far. Right now it's quite cold to be out here filming, but if you're racing, I imagine it's perfect.
Come to the breakfast tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Where is it?
No, it's at the college, university.
College or state university?
Yeah.
University. University.
That's just partly between 11 and 151.
Yes, that's correct. Right there. That'll be the dining hall.
Hey, moi j'aimerais savoir que c'est que... Avez-vous une team là que vous...
Oui.
Ouais? Qui c'est ça?
C'est Martin Mescotte.
D'ici qui vient, lui?
Du Québec, en Mauricie.
Et où?
En Mauricie, près de Trois-Rivières.
Really? Il est venu jusqu'ici pour...
C'est sa 2e course. Puis on l'attend probablement dans les 2 qui s'en viennent.
Puis c'est la 2e fois qu'il vient ici?
2e course qu'il fait.
Ah, ici qu'il a été avant?
La première, c'était à Morora.
Ah.
Là, ici, c'est la première fois.
Ah. Puis toi, t'es son supporter?
Oh, oui, je suis son ami, puis c'est son handler avec 2 de mes amis, 2 de ses grands
Ah.
amis.
J'ai des amis à Trois-Rivières.
Ah oui?
Ouais. De temps en temps, on passe par là, tu sais. Hein? Ouais. Yeah. En tout cas, on aime ça vous avoir avec nous autres. J'espère que vous enjoyez.
C'est très agréable.
Ouais.
Tout le monde est sympathique.
Ouais.
C'est bien organisé.
C'est ça qu'ils disent. On a eu un gros...
Plus de monde que je pouvais, c'est très bien organisé.
C'est bon, ça.
Tu sais, même ce matin, on était anxieux par rapport au départ qu'il y avait dans la route. Mais étant donné que c'était bien balisé de chaque côté, puis les gens restaient de l'autre côté, c'était parfait comme ça. Mon chum, il était pas bien nerveux de ça, puis je pense bien que ça allait.
Ouais.
Les choses sont claires.
Vous allez revenir comme ça?
Ah, c'est sûr.
Oui. Okay.
Même en vacances, moi, cet été, j'ai été ça. C'est beau.
That somebody's coming in at this point. Number 5 and number 6 to come in. Not necessarily the losers or winners or anything, but we'll see them come in momentarily, I hope. I hope I have not been misled here.
Elle va 20 minutes d'avance, elle.
I want a picture of you and your mom together.
Mother who waits at the gate. And Penny who does all the work.
All right.
Is that Penny Gray? Huh?
Okay, we got a little formality, rechecking your equipment. You got two choices. You can take care of your dogs, and I'll go down with you.
Yeah, I'd like to get them.
It's up to you. I can do it now and get it out of the way, or you can take care of your dogs. I've been giving the mushers that option.
They're really tired.
If you want to put them in, we'll walk down with you, and I can check your equipment when you're done.
Penny, how did you enjoy the race? Was it tough?
It was tough. I thought it was tough.
How were the trails? Were they chewed up?
Make a note. Light not
really
working, but
punchy and
there should be no
soft.
problem.
Really?
In a lot of spots, that's what made it tough for the dogs.
Not hard enough?
There was a big long stretch that was really punchy.
Yeah.
But there were parts that were really nice too.
Yeah.
So it was like a mixture.
We'd just like you to come back.
Oh, we'll be back.
Forget the bad parts.
Okay.
Penny Gray from downstate Maine. The dogs don't look tired at all. Huh, doggies? They don't look tired at all.
L'acteur, tout est en dessous de lumière. Éclair dans le fond de ça, tout est gelé là.
Qu'est-ce que vous faites là, vous autres, là?
Nous autres, on cherche de check sa liste, ouais, si ça se met ça, quelqu'un qui a décollé avec.
Vous cherchez de la contrebande?
Oui. Ça.
Non, mais c'est... Vous êtes pire qu'aux douanes?
OK.
Hein? Ils sont pires qu'aux douanes?
Ah ben, c'est un gars
Ta lumière, elle, sur le dessus, elle marchait plus, hein?
Elle marchait plus, il aurait pu la faire marcher, là. J'avais une autre batterie, là. Elle est finie avec la petite lumière.
Les chiens, ils ont les affaires padées, les harness. Il y avait des pads dessus, là, puis devant.
Puis j'ai des wires ici. Yo. Ça, là, pour attacher les trois chiens, là.
Hey, c'est-tu ton équipe, ça, toi?
Oui, c'est la... Je vais te montrer un chien là, qui s'est donné, là.
Ah ouais?
Elle, là, elle a traîné toute l'équipe. C'est la petite noire ici. Un joli, mort.
Comment est-ce qu'elle s'appelle?
Elle s'appelle Jolie.
Jolie? Ben, Jolie pas mal.
Elle est fatiguée, là, mais elle a traîné pour les autres.
C'est un leader, cela. C'est elle qui mène l'équipe.
Puis elle est jeune, elle a 2 ans et quelques.
Ah ouais?
C'est un bon chien.
Comment est-ce qu'il s'appelle, le gars qui est... Le musher, comment il s'appelle pour la team?
Martin Mascotte.
Puis il vient de Trois-Rivières, hein?
Oui. J'aime. Oui.
J'aimerais me faire aimer comme ça, moi.
Hein?
J'aimerais ça me faire aimer comme ça.
Je l'aime assez, là. Elle est douce, ça part de ça, là. Martin, quand il va l'entraîner, il l'amène dans son pécan. Avec lui.
Ah ouais?
Comme un chien de maison.
I want to know what kind of a hat that is.
A rugby.
A what?
A rugby.
Are you from Mars?
No, from Portland. Close.
Oh, that's just as bad. La petite, comment elle s'appelle, la noire?
Jolie.
Jolie, là, elle se repose, hein?
Ah oui. Elle a fait sa journée.
Ouais. Ah, ils ont fait une bonne job. Là, ils vont se reposer, là, hein?
OK.
Non, c'est correct. Oui,
C'est à cause du skidoo.
Honnête, on va venir monter.
Il a rencontré un skidoo qui est rentré à 80 000 $ dans son équipe.
Hey, attends, là.
Il va avoir un meeting demain, je pense.
Big thing, big question is snowmobiles in the trail.
Okay, boy. Les snowmobiles.
My team, bye-bye.
Snowmobiles in the trails, and he said that they're having...
C'est quasiment trop, tu veux dire... Il a rencontré un snowmobile à 80 000 $.
Yeah. Il dit que quand ces chiens ont les pattes brisées, c'est une affaire. Mais il dit quand il y a un skidoo qui va rentrer dans mes chiens, là, pour tuer mon chien, il dit ça c'est une autre affaire.
Fait qu'il est pas content, quoi.
Il est pas content qu'il aurait fallu qu'il ne fasse pas courser. Il y a un trail de skidoo, ben non, les skidoos ne rentrent pas dans les trails.
Ben, je pense qu'on pourrait arranger ça que les skidoos pourraient rester off the trails pour une journée. For one day.
For one day, anyway. Because that was the dangerous thing there.
Yeah.
That was the big issue. He says that tomorrow he's going to say something.
I can see that.
Yeah, I know. We were worried about that too, because the Chamberlains, there's skidoos in and out.
That's right.
Some dogs are so skittish.
Yeah. You know, plus it's dangerous for everybody. Yeah. Now, how about the vets there? They're overdoing it, do you think?
No, he says that it's good.
Why?
It's good that he says the committee is looking for that, but they should do something about skidoo.
Okay.
He's just mad that, you know, that they're doing all this. They're strict on the dogs and all that, but then they're not doing nothing about skidoo.
Okay.
You know.
Well, we're still learning, I think.
Yeah.
It's going to improve every year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Well, I get the feeling that most people are happy.
Oh,
with the organization and the support that we're giving it, like you're doing it for because you like it, you know.
Yeah.
Everybody else is doing the same thing.
Yeah. All right.
Maudit. Hey, j'ai interviewé des gars avec des grands queues, moi là.
Ouais, c'est bien dingue ça.
Des grands queues, il y en a partout, c'est des grosses, des aiguës.
Non, mais pas de folie. Il sait que vous venez toute la gang.
Saint-Malachie, Québec.
C'est ça que vous avez filmé.
Ouais.
Ça, c'est son frère qui est arrivé deuxième.
C'est toi le deuxième? Russell?
Ouais. Ça, c'est le frère à Russell.
Ah. Saint-Basile?
Oui.
Ben ça vaut pas la peine, toi. On veut parler du monde qui vient de loin, là.
Il n'a pas dit que ça vaut pas la peine de parler de ça, là. Parce que ces gens-là, dans le fin fond de la course, je n'aime pas parler de ça parce que les autres, ils gagnent beaucoup d'argent dans les courses. Puis moi, je deviens parent avec eux autres parce que j'ai espoir de retirer des bourses un jour de ça. Et ces gens-là sont parents un petit peu avec moi, de loin, dû à sa mère et à mon père.
Attends.
Qu'est-ce qu'ils gagnent aux courses? J'en veux pas. Mais qu'est-ce que je fais? Je vends d'autres choses. Je finis toujours par retrouver mon argent.
Hey, regarde-moi plein visage, puis je grouille pas. Je veux te voir les...
Non.
Je veux voir ton...
Rien caché, moi, là.
Non, je veux voir ton chum dans le top, là.
Bon. Ça pourrait devenir un emblème de Can-Am. Ça pourrait devenir un emblème de Can-Am, ça.
C'est un fox?
A real fox.
Real fox.
Yeah.
It's nice. Montre-moi sa queue, hein.
Comment?
Montre-moi de la queue du fox, là. Oh, that's nice.
Mais ça, si j'entendais du crier.
T'as pas parti pour dire. Je savais pas si c'était j'entendais Gaton.
C'était l'enfer. Là, on courait à côté.
Hey, parle en anglais, ouais.
Je suis pas très bonne à être
Oui, vas-y. Ça, c'est une femme qui travaille dans les banques. La seule chose qu'elle sait, c'est 1, 2, 3, 1 million.
Elle sait comment compter.
$2 million.
Elle, c'est une femme de $1 million band.
Puis tu viens de où, tu dis?
Pardon?
Trois-Rivières.
Je suis la femme à Russell.
C'est la femme à Russell au Faril. Le fameux compétiteur André Nadeau.
Trois-Rivières?
Non, Saint-Malachie, Québec. Non loin de Lévis.
Ah! On connaît Lévis.
On enverra une cassette.
OK. J'ai des bons interviews, hein?
Je pense que oui.
J'ai André Nadeau, pas mal.
Je suis pas sûr qu'il y avait pas ça.
Puis ta madame-là, là.
C'est une amie.
Tu viens-tu de Saint-Basile, toi, tout?
Non, Québec.
Québec? Puis toi? Québec, toi, tout?
Oui. La raison est que...
On espère que vous aimez ça à Fort Kent.
Moi, je demeure à Saint-Basile.
Tu restes à Saint-Basile, toi, Charles?
Je demeure. Je reste pas là. Je demeure pour l'instant.
Il a dit, t'as dit le téléphone, moi, les deux, c'était
téléphone, j'ai raccroché quelqu'un, moi j'entends rien. Fait que je dis, qu'est-ce que tu dis, j'avais le doigt dans l'oreille, là, c'est là, je disais, j'ai rentré le deuxième. Ah, non, quoi? J'ai rentré le deuxième, je posais même pas ma mère que je me posais comme question. J'ai dit, le dit, il a dit que peut-être que dans la Nelson, je pas trop.
Sober. Hey, congratulations. Congratulations, félicitations. Non, t'es arrivé le deuxième?
Oui.
Ça veut pas dire que t'es le deuxième, ça là. Faut qu'il...
Oui. Alors, je suis rentré troisième, là, mais il est deuxième. Il est parti.
Ah.
Il est parti le 14e, il est arrivé le premier au checkpoint de 28 000.
Ah, c'est toi le numéro 33?
C'est ça.
On a entendu parler de toi?
Oui.
Ah, il parle de toi après-midi, on dit là, qui... C'est vrai qu'il a passé les autres, là, puis...
Avez-vous vu la vue Iron Wheel?
Ouais.
Lui, c'est un Irlandais, c'est pas Iron Wheel, c'est Irish Wheel.
Mais écoute, là, j'aimerais savoir pourquoi tu t'appelles...
O'Farrell, puis
Russell, puis...
Nelson. Tu parles pas en anglais?
Non, mais ça devrait être Russell, ton nom, pas Russell.
Nelson. C'est le frère.
Comment?
Ça, c'est Nelson.
Ah, Nelson.
Russell est dans l'autre 150 000.
Ah, OK. Ah, OK. Ben écoute, là, tu vois sur le TV, puis si tu as rentré au studio...
Here to Fort Kent, Maine. We're glad to see this good turnout here this morning. And before we get into the announcing the winners, I just have a few words to say here first. Are there any Key Bank officials or personnel here? Would you please stand up? We have Don Dumont, who represents Key Bank. Key Bank is our major sponsor on our races this year. We want to acknowledge them, as well as all our local contributors. Are there any of them here? Would they please stand up? Our sponsors. Do we have any local sponsors here? Byrne, would you stand up? The Credit Union. Mark Mitchell, if there's any others that I don't see here at the time, anyway.
Harris Inn.
Harris Inn, Nancy Gray, somewhere up there. We want to thank all these people, all these sponsors, because without them, we wouldn't be able to have a race like this. And of course, without you participants, we still wouldn't have a race either. So we want to thank all of you for coming and participating in the Can-Am 60. One more thing, I would like to have all the people that volunteered their time and efforts on the trails, the people that work. Because I tell you, there's no one man that can conduct a race like this without the support that they get from volunteers such as we've had here at Fort Kent, Maine. Now, we're going to start by adjusting the mic, but not having good luck. Acknowledge that. I don't believe Jeff Knight is here. Or if he is, would you please come up? Jeff Knight, Bob Davis, Joan Farnham, Bill Wood, Allison Young, James Lala, and Richard Salmonen. At least you can go home with a warm cup of coffee thinking about it. Okay, move right along here. We have in 10th place Barry Dana with a yes, you do. That's my help here. Scott, come up here. Okay, in 9th place with a time of 8 hours, 49 minutes, 28 seconds, Guy LaBelle. In 8th place with a time of 8 hours, 47 minutes, 13 seconds, George Cook. with a time of 8 hours, 19 minutes, and 1 second, or 1/100th of a second, Stan Morgan.
Thank you. If I could just say a word. After the water crossing out there, I mean, first off, George Theriault told us there on Friday night, this is going to be like glass. This trail is so hard, you're just going to fly. Down that railroad line to St. Francis, I said, oh yeah, let's cook. And then we hit that deep. My goodness, what a rude awakening. But we're going to have to train some of the people here, some of the road staff, okay, and some of the people who live along the way. Because every person you talk to after the water crossing, it's only 10 miles to go. That was a long 10 miles. Thank you all very much. We really enjoyed it.
With a time of 8 hours, 11 minutes, 27 seconds, Penny Gray. Guy LaBelle didn't get an opportunity to speak, so he wants to talk.
Every year, we see on our sheets, owner of the team, and then musher of the team. Well, next year, I'll put my name down as owner, and musher will be Mickey. And he'll learn that these small hills going up and then all the way down are not small hills anymore.
Thank you. In 5th position with a time of 8 hours, 35 seconds, Ben Thomas.
You know, to come up here this year, I've just been thrilled right to death, you know, with how everything's gone. 3.5 years ago, I went to Edna and Camille's restaurant, and I said, you know, Northern Maine is the place to have a long-distance race. You know, these people in Fort Kent, geez, they pulled it off. I mean, it just went super. Even the town of Holton I had approached, talking about a distance race. They're kicking themselves right now because they didn't jump on the opportunity. Thanks a lot. You guys do a great job.
In 4th place, with a time of 7 hours, 59 minutes, and 36 seconds, Martin Mascotti. The time of 7 hours, 38 minutes, and 13 seconds, Luke Martin. In 2nd place, with a time of 7 hours, 16 minutes, and 40 seconds, Nelson O'Farah. One thing I did forget, or probably several things, but one thing is Nelson, this was Nelson's first race, I understand. First race ever. Now our number one finisher for the 60 Can-Am Crown Mile race was, with a time of 7 hours and 12 minutes, 21 seconds, was Paul Theriault.
First of all, I'd like to thank the organizers of the race. They did a good job putting things together, despite trail conditions and hills. I thought my contract said no hills, but obviously it had to change. I'd also like to thank the sponsors of the race, Key Bank and all the individual sponsors. I'd like to thank Jim Bouchard for sponsoring my sled. I'd like to thank my handlers for doing a good job. And I'd also like to thank Luke Martin and Nelson O'Farrell. We traveled together for most of the second half of the race. The teams kept switching back and forth. We did a good job together, and they have good dogs. Thank you.
Where are you from, Paul?
I'm from Oxford, Maine.
Oxford?
Yes.
Congratulations.
I also would like to thank all those families, the host families that did provide lodging for mushers or for participating, for volunteering, for hosting families, and for sponsoring us. And I think Dawn back there stood up. She must want me to tell you she has souvenirs.
Such a warm feeling knowing that you're coming back to the people that you've become very close to. It's interesting when you're out there, as everyone has said, there's not much sleep, it seems, for 2 or 3 days, and you become cranky, or at least sometimes I do. And you try not to be, and you're working with your dogs. And why is someone pushing and working as hard as you do? But we just love it, I guess, and we really appreciate all the help. I'd like to also thank my sponsors, People's Heritage, for sponsoring my team. I'd also like to thank the Dupreys for putting up with Allison and Francis and I. You know, it's something, again, I was saying them to the day. You know, we get up to drop the dogs so they can go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. You know, I mean, people are sleeping, but we get up and we get out and do that, or you get up and you get out and you feed and those kinds of things. So it takes some pretty special people to allow you to stay at their homes and to participate with them. I'd like to thank them. And I guess to all the mushers also, the camaraderie of the learning together is really something out there, because you each experience the snow, you each experience the weather, you each experience the conditions and the terrain, and they're going to vary. The course was excellent. God gives us the opportunity of having all the soft snow, all the warm sun, all the cold wind, and we can't do anything about that, but you laid out a beautiful course. Thank you very much.
I'm sure we came in 7th place. It was nice on the way back the other night, on the way to Allagash. Stopped on the side of the road, watching coming up. And it was dark, it was getting cold, and it didn't matter. Big smile. Oh, how are you guys doing? I'd like to introduce you guys to Spencer 2 from Colton, New York. Came 7th at a time of 41 hours and 22 minutes.
Not much on speeches. I'd like to echo many things that Barry said. I want to thank everybody in the village. It's just been wonderful in hospitality, and wherever we go, it's always friendly faces, and that makes us really feel good. I just want to say one thing. Last night, coming in from Allagash to Fort Kent was just wonderful. And first thing I got into Fort Kent, I guess it was around midnight, and I said it was one of the nicest runs I'd had in distance racing. The trail was just beautiful. Dogs were doing pretty darn good. And the moon wasn't out real bright, but I'd shut my headlamp off and the stars were bright enough that you get the profiles and for the mountains and so on. And I just wanted to go back out there this morning and see what it really looked like in daylight. It's a beautiful country. And I just want to thank everybody for sponsoring the race and giving us this opportunity to get out in the wild and enjoy ourselves. Your checkpoints are great.
Next musher, the gentleman that came from Saint-Esprit, Quebec, which is North Quebec, in the Laurentians, which basically told us he was new to distance mushing. When I pulled into a checkpoint with Dr. Rose, I watched that gentleman care for his dogs, and it really gives a warm feeling. He tried to tell us that he was new at it, but I kind of wondered. Quand j'ai arrivé l'autre jour au checkpoint, j'ai vu un prochain mocheur en 6e position, Saint-Esprit, Québec. Il disait qu'il était personne, nous, à la distance. Quand on a vu la manière qu'il s'occupait de ses chiens, moi et Dr. Rooks, ça nous a donné un esprit un peu chaud. J'aimerais vous introduire Michel Dinel avec un temps de 38 heures et 38 minutes. The final 30 hours, 30 minutes, Michel Dinel.
C'était ma première course de longue distance, vraiment. Avant ça, j'avais fait Marmora. Et puis, je tiens à remercier tous ceux qui m'ont encouragé. Mes copains, André Nadeau, et puis Marcelo Farel, mon helper, Robert Masson, Paul Boudreau, tous les copains qui restent dans mon bout. J'étais pas tout à fait en santé pour faire cette course-là. J'ai eu des problèmes un peu. Mais on ne peut pas changer les dates des courses par rapport à notre santé. Mais je penserais bien être là l'année prochaine. Parce que ça m'a vraiment... J'ai bien aimé aussi l'encouragement de comment on était entouré par le vétérinaire.
Time of 35 hours and 54 minutes. He tells me every year he's getting older and he's getting slower. But I don't know, he always seems to be up there. So we're going to introduce Paul Boudreau at 35 hours and 54 minutes.
I'd like to thank everybody for this beautiful race. Nice racing, a little bit of snow. Maybe soft, but we had snow. It's not hot this year. So we managed to finish this race. And special thanks goes to Dr. Rooks for all the things you did for us on the trail, all the checkpoint people. You were great. Thank you all.
He's a gentleman, especially the mushers we're very familiar with. I know it's a pretty warm feeling when you see him coming in because he's always very happy. So I'd like to introduce you to Ian McKenzie from Bruce Mines, Ontario.
Thank you very much. Town of Fort Kent and the Can-Am race, this has been fantastic. To have a community with this much good spirit in it, I wish I would have come from a town like this because Northern Ontario is a good place, but we just don't have this real good community spirit. And, it's really, and I'm envious of this nice town. Anyways, I would like to thank our host family, Alan and Pat Dow. They've been excellent, gave us a place to live and move all our junk in, and all the associated straw and smells that go with a kennel of dogs or a truck full of dogs. And Frances LeBrie and her granddaughter, Amanda, she's our new dog handler. She's been very, very good. And Frances had us over for supper a couple times and introduced us to Floyd, kind of pancakes. Carol and I make maple syrup, but I think we're going to try putting maple syrup on them. And maybe it's not the traditional way, but it was very, very good. We sure appreciated that. I'd like to thank my brother Carl. He's been our handler all along for Keith and myself. And, we couldn't get along without him.
I'd like to introduce you guys to Andre Nadeau from St. Melanie, Quebec.
À Masquecook, on était au poste d'essence, qu'on peut dire, là, un à chaque côté. On avait un petit peu de lumière. Puis Paul parlait de ses chiens, l'hydratation. Puis tout allait bien. Là.